G'day folks, it's the Motorrad Rider again. Today I thought I'd do a video that I promised to do probably 18 months ago. It was when I did the unboxing of the black BMW panniers, and I said I'd do a review and give my thoughts and whatever else at a later date after I've used them for a while. So that time has come around, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to do it while we're locked down with the coronavirus issues. So yep, we'll do that now. Right, what I thought we'd do to begin things is I'm going to show you how you actually take these off the bike. It's quite simple, and key goes in, and this, by the way, is a key to light key to the rest of the bike. So all of the locks, of which there are 8 if I remember correctly, there are 8 locks on these panniers, and they're all key to light, so they all match the bike. That's one of the things I really do love about this. So it's effectively key in, turn 90 degrees towards the bike, pull that lever out, it's like a cam action, and then slide back, and the pannier drops away off the bike and it exposes the framework. And to put the pannier back on, it's a case of these flanges here, top and bottom, just get that little bit of rubbish out of there. Those flanges align with these plates on the racks. Okay, so they just slide in. And I'll show you how that happens. That stays out as it is there. If you have it shut like that, you can't get it on. So you've got to make sure that that is remaining fully open. And you line up the flanges, slide back towards the back of the bike, the rear of the bike, flick that shut and turn it back through 90 degrees, pull the key out. That's it. I also thought that while we're at it, I'll take the top box off for you and let you have a look at how easy that is to come off. So it's key in, similar situation, 90 degrees, pull the latch down, and slide the box back. It's that easy. And to put back on, slide on, shut the lever and turn the key 90 degrees. That's it. That's how easy it is to get off. Right, well I thought I'd take the pannier off the bike. It's going to be easier for you to have a look at it, I think anyway. I've also got my cheat sheets, notes, whatever you want to call them, all sitting here because I will forget stuff. I'm old and senile, so just work with me on this one. So anyway, here we go. If you saw the unboxing in 2018, I made mention that these are made by Touratech, which they are. They're made in Germany. So as you could probably appreciate, they're really good quality. They're beautifully finished. The anodizing, which is what the black is, it's not powder coating. People think that it's powder coating, it's not. It's actually anodizing. It's quite resilient to scratches and things like that to a point, but to be doubly sure, I've got a paint protection on here. The rest of the bike has also got paint protection on it as well, all over. It's done by a company called Aussie Shield, I think it is, and I can put a link into the comments if you like. But it's very good. It's a Korean, South Korean film, and it is excellent. It really is. And to clean it, you just wash it down, and essentially use Plexus or something along those lines. I mean, people say that Plexus is too expensive and whatever else, which it is, but I use it, that's what I use. But you can also use furniture polish like Mr. Sheen, or you know, there's various things. If you just Google it, have a look, see what you can find. But that's my, I use Plexus and it comes up, as you can see, pretty neatly. As you also saw, it's easy to remove from the bike. That's the racking system that's on there. You can see quite clearly that you can take the key out with that latch open. Okay. But you've got to actually turn the key through 90 degrees again, so that you can't actually slam it shut and lock it without the key. You've got to actually do a key lock on it, which in some respects is good. Can be a little bit inconvenient, but you work with it, you go through it. And as you can see, it is very, very strongly built. All the rivets are in. It's good quality, very, very thick. That would have to look at, I would guess those plates are 2mm, so there's plenty of metal there. As you can see, you may be able to see it there, there's a mark where they've sat on the bike. Now they haven't vibrated, they don't make any noise, they don't move, they don't do anything. They're as solid as a rock when they're on the bike. So, and you can probably see just there that there's a backrest for the pillion, and that just does not move. The whole bike is moving when you move that. It's pretty good. They literally become an integral part of the bike when they're on. So they're really good. The lid. Now, these are the pluses, by the way. The lid opens that way. Okay, and it also, as you probably gathered, opens that way. Now both panniers do that. Obviously the top box doesn't, but the panniers do. And you can also unlatch the cable. That actually drops inside because you can only unlatch it from the lid, and you can actually take the lid right off. Okay. You can also get aftermarket nets and pocket organisers for in these lids. They go in normally. I think it's the Touratech one and the BMW. You drill these 4 rivets out here and replace them with Torx or Allen head screws, stainless Allen head screws, and seal them. There's another brand, I can't remember which brand it is, but it actually goes into these side rivets. There's some rivets in there, I don't know whether you can see, but they're actually these rivets here. They push into there. I think it's SW Moto or something like that they do them. So you've got plenty of versatility in there as well, so which is really, really good. So I just fit this back up while I'm thinking about it, and that's the little loop that just locks into there, hopefully. I don't take that out very often, so there we go, that's locked in, and lid shut. Just going to refer to the notes. One of the things I do like about it, what I really like, is that it's the contrasting finish of the fasteners and the luggage loops and all that sort of stuff. Contrasting finish, contrasting rivets, it sets it off. It really is aesthetically pleasing, or pleasing to the eye, whichever way you want to look at it. But it is, to me, they look really good. And on the triple black, look fantastic. They really do. They set the bike off. These were the first, I think I mentioned it in the unboxing, but these are actually the first black pannier set that Advantage Motorcycles ever sold. They didn't even know they existed until I sort of pushed it. And then they went looking and found, oh yeah, we'd get them in. So yeah, very, very good, well worth it, like it, and they look tidy. Also in the unboxing, you may remember that when I opened the lid, the seal that is in here, in the top of the lid, it actually came out, it fell out. And I put it back in, and it has never moved since. On either this pannier, the exhaust side, or the top box, they've been fine. It hasn't budged, it hasn't done anything. And they are 100% waterproof. I had these coming through when I was heading back from New South Wales, Jindabyne, I came through 8 hours of solid rain, and the only time these got wet was when I actually opened the box to get something out. They were bone dry inside. Absolutely fantastic. Couldn't recommend them enough. I really couldn't. They've also got a pressure relief valve. It's not a valve, it's effectively it's a hole, but it's protected so they can pretty much be submersed. It's a little hole, you won't see it, but it's just in one end, and it allows the air pressure to equalise in the box when you're ascending or descending elevation. So if you're up the top of a mountain, the air pressure is lower, and if you've opened the box, you've obviously got the atmospheric pressure from that elevation in the box. And if it was airtight completely, you would find that when you got down to a lower level, as in a lower elevation, you wouldn't be able to open the box. It just wouldn't happen. So BMW and probably all the other manufacturers have done this, but there's a little pressure equalization hole. It just allows all the air in the box to equalize out. It's the same, once again, on the pannier, the top box and the exhaust side pannier. Allegedly, these have a load rating of 10 kilos. I think that's both panniers, and I think it's the same for the top box. Actually, it might be 5 kilos for the top box. I'll check that and let you know. But yeah, so that's what we've got there. What I will do is I'll show you the exhaust side pannier. So just bear with me, I'll unlatch that off the bike and show you the exhaust side pannier. So stay with me. Here we go. This is the exhaust side pannier, and you can see that there is the cutaway and the mechanism for mounting. Slightly different to the, obviously, to the exhaust, to the normal side, the standard side. And that's the exhaust heat baffle, which keeps the exhaust heat off the pannier. And it does work exceptionally well. I've had stuff in here, yeah, they get hot because of the sun getting on them, but because of exhaust heat, there is no difference. Absolutely no difference, and that's after, as I say, 8 hours of solid riding on the bike. So very, very happy with them. It also extends round to here as well, which you can see. So it's really good. And as I say, this, as I said earlier, this one opens both ways as well. I've got this one locked actually on this side. So I'll just put this to one side and we'll go back to the original. Now that's pretty much the good stuff. Now there are a couple of things that I found negative with them. They are heavier than you would expect, being that they are aluminium. This box weighs 6.5 kilos on its own, nothing in it, just these straps, which are next to nothing. So 6.5 kilos for this big boy. You've got 5.5 for the top box, and for the exhaust side you've got 5.75 kilos, which is not light. When you actually add that all up, you're looking at a fair bit of weight, but you know, you get what you pay for, kind of thing. They are also awkward to carry because there are no handles on there. These straps, this handle and straps, they are additions. They're a BMW part number because these are actually genuine BMW ones. You can get aftermarket ones and you can put effectively Velcro straps or whatever you want, canvas straps through these loops. I just went for these because it was convenient. So that's an issue, in the fact they are awkward to carry, and believe me, when you bang your shins with them, you know about it. You really do, because they're solid. Also, when you remove them from the bike, I made it look pretty easy when you just unclip this latch, slide it back, because I was holding on to this. If you don't have that, you've got very little to grip on, okay? To the point where if it's wet, if the surface of this is wet and or you've got a load in here, it can get a little bit precarious and a little bit awkward. So my recommendation to you would be, get these handles, get some form of strapping that you can use as a handle on here, because they are very awkward and you stand a good chance of dropping them and either damaging them or yourself or what's inside them. So just bear that one in mind. It is pretty important that you look at something to actually hold them with. My biggest gripe, I think, with these is the latching. Now I'm going to turn this so you can have a look. This is, it gets me every now and again, and it got me that when I did the unboxing video, it got me. So I'm just letting you be aware of what this is. When you actually open the box up and shut it, you can shut it down, but the latch actually can move out of alignment like that. I didn't put anything on there at all, or any pressure at all. It's just the way it is. Now you can force that, which doesn't do it any good. What you need to do is actually just wriggle the latch like that. But if you're at night, on a wet road, whatever, and you need to open it, it can catch you. So just be aware, and they all do it. All 5 of the latches. So it's the 2 on here, the 2 on the exhaust side, and the 1 on the top box. They all can get out of alignment. Most of the time they don't, some of the time they do. So just be aware of it, and that's my really only major gripe, apart from the fact that they can get very slippery when wet. So that's my overall review. Would I buy them again? Yes, I would. Are there problems? Yeah, there's a couple of little issues, but nothing they're not deal breakers to me. So I would stick with the black. I love the black, suits the bike, and it would probably suit another bike that I get in the future, because I'm hoping that these will stay in good nick. So folks, if that's helped you at all, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It would be very, very useful, and I will be doing more reviews on gear, as in clothing, boots, gloves, over the next few weeks, months, and more reviews on gear on the bike that I put on. So stay with me, subscribe so that you get the latest information. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next review.